Hi, I'm Duncan from Fishhead, and today we are looking at the Zenaq Sinpaa 81-80. This is the lighter of the two rods in the Sinpaa range. At this stage, there is expected to be some more Sinpaa rods coming in future, but this is the light one for now. This is a utility offshore rod for, I guess you could say, medium tackle. It's rated as a P5 to 6 and casting 40 to 100 grams. What you notice straight away with this one is it has quite a soft tip. So yeah, nice and soft there at that tip section in that first quarter, and then a steady ramping up into the middle, going down into a stiffer bottom section. Component-wise, starting at the bottom end, we've got the Fuji butt cap, a metal spacer, a little Zenaq spacer that helps protect around gimbal belts, the Zenaq Hexagon reel seat, then that moves into the Hexagon grips, which is a characteristic of all the offshore rods for Zenaq. Guide-wise, we have the heavy-duty MNSG guides initially, so stainless framed silicon MNSGs, and then as you go towards the tip, then it tapers into the smaller titanium framed silicon K guides going through to the tip there. Okay, reel-wise, this is designed to suit 8,000 to 14,000 size reel. They say P5 to 6, but I think anything from P4 to 6 is probably going to work quite nicely on there. So yeah, we should check out how this one casts. Okay, that's the Jinbei Toby skipping popper. It's only 35 grams, which is a bit under the recommended minimum weight for this rod, and casts it really nicely. Yeah, it does help that the lure is shaped like a bullet, so probably not going to be as good if you're throwing really wind resistant lures. But the tip loads up and punches it out really nicely, and no problem getting a nice darting action out of the lure as well. Casting the FCL Labo TBO 180 Slim, right in the comfort zone for the rod. So very, very easy, loads up nicely, casts it with minimal effort, as you would expect for this weight. Also, the rod was designed for working floating stick bait, so yeah, the nose gets under and swims really, really easily. Tip of the rod gets it going nicely. That TBO stick bait, that's the slim version of the TBO 180. It'll be a newer one for us, so by the time this video comes out, we should have them in the shop by then. Okay, casting the KM Kubo LX 180. This lure comes in at 100 grams before the hooks, so probably around 110 or so with hooks, which is a bit over the recommended cast weight for the rod, but yeah, it handled it fine, so no dramas there. Also, this lure is like a swimming diving popper style, which is a little bit harder for the soft tip rod, but it doesn't rip the popper or get as big a splash with its softer tip, but it certainly is darting, diving, and gurgling around, so very fishable. I would say popper wise, I'd probably keep it to about 70, 80 grams max on these. But yeah, it certainly is swimming this diving popper. Lifting weights with the Sinpaa 81-80, you can see that initially the tip really folds away quickly. So that's the softer tip about the first 3 to 4 guides. And then there's a obvious firming up about a third of the way down. So it goes from being the soft tip for sensitivity into that firmer middle for more power, working bigger lures and setting hooks and that sort of thing. So as it loads, it starts to fold away nicely, and up we go, and a very comfortable lift there with the 8 kilo weight. Okay, so this rod really impressed us with the way it casts. It was lovely with a big variety of weights. That soft tip up in the beginning there allowed you to cast down to some relatively small weights with quite a lot of ease. But then at the other end of the spectrum, because it does just steadily ramp through the blank, it was able to handle the largest weights as well pretty comfortably. So I was, yeah, very happy with the way it cast across the big range. Obviously the soft tip, it is designed very much as a stick bait rod. So the rod is called the 81-80 Hiramasa. So typically people chasing kingfish, they are very much into using stick baits, especially more delicate floating stick baits. And that certainly is what you get with this one. So that softer tip there really optimized for working all the stick baits. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised that the stiffer midsection did pull some small cut poppers quite nicely and allowed the swimming poppers to work really well also. So yeah, it's not just a one trick kind of rod, can do quite a lot of stuff with it. Power wise, it's rated as a P5 to 6. Generally for kingfish rods, you find that they're not as beefy in the bottom end as rods that are designed for either big tunas or GTs in particular, where there's strong just straight up and down lifting. So if you're thinking of comparing this to your typical heavier Tabizo GT rods, this one comes in a little bit lighter in the butt section. So lighter is good because it makes the rod nice and easy to cast with for long sessions. But compared to some GT styled rods, I'd call this, you know, like a powerful P4 to 5 or a light P6 rod. Okay, so yeah, I'd recommend this to anyone who's looking for a rod to do a variety of pelagics from kingfish, mackerels, small to medium tunas. It especially works well chasing large reef fish on the coral flats. It's light enough to cast those smaller lures on the reef flats, but has really good power through the bottom section there to land big reefies. So yeah, if that's your kind of thing, then definitely check out this rod for it. But also, yeah, in more southern waters, it's an ideal all-round kingfish rod. So yeah, check it out on our website and we'll be back soon with more videos.